What the hell, Ragnar? You and Vic had a plan, and now I find out there's another werewolf? Why didn't you tell us about that monster?
Watch your tongue, girl. Have you forgotten who you're speaking to? Leo, still chewing on a piece of meat, smirked, defending his sister. You're lucky I'm eating right now. Ragnar's patience wore thin. Or what? Leo's eyes gleamed with challenge. My next meal might just be you. With a sudden burst of anger, Ragnar cracked the table before him. You dare challenge me, boy? Before the tension could escalate further, Leona's voice cut through the air.
Enough, both of you.
Ragnar exhaled, his tone more measured now. I don't know who this werewolf is, and Arthur never mentioned him. But all is not lost. We can regroup with Gilgamesh and Vic, rebuild our forces, and take what's ours. Leona shook her head in disbelief.
Are you kidding me? We've lost half of our betas. I think Vic is dead, Gilgamesh is broken, and 2 young alphas were killed because of Vic's trickery.
I didn't say we do it now, Ragnar growled. I know we've lost a lot. Alphas aren't easy to come by. But look on the bright side. We have 2 hearts to obtain now. Suddenly, they sensed a presence. Stepping outside their tent, they saw the same man from before, casually walking toward them. Ragnar's eyes narrowed. He followed us. Leona glanced around.
Where are all our betas?
Leo snorted. They ran because of his monstrous aura. Now let's see how strong he really is. Leo began to transform without hesitation, his body growing larger, fur sprouting, and his muscles bulging with power. In an instant, he dashed forward, launching an attack. Leona tensed.
We should join him.
Ragnar turns his back on her. I don't fight losing battles, neither should you. With that, he disappeared into the mist. Leona spat.
Coward.
The battle began in full force. Leo leaped into the air, aiming to bring down a vicious claw strike from above. But the man dodged effortlessly. Not deterred, Leo dug his claws into the ground, propelling himself forward in a second attack, his fangs bared to rip the man apart. But before Leo could connect, 4 tails burst from the man's back, 3 of them anchoring into the ground to support his movements while one lashed out, knocking Leo off course. Leona gasped.
He has 4 tails?
The man smirked, his voice dripping with mockery. You almost got me there. I know my tails surprised you, so I won't use them anymore. In fact, as a reward for entertaining me, I'll tell you my name, Damos. Now, boy, show me what you've really got. Damos's taunting only fueled Leo's rage. He heated his hands until they ignited with flames, and then lunged forward, slashing upwards. Damos dodged, but the tree behind him caught fire, and the flames spread rapidly. Neat trick, Damos commented, applauding sarcastically. Enraged, Leo punched the ground, causing it to heat up. The earth sizzled beneath his feet as his shoes began to melt. You've melted my shoes. Fine. If you're that desperate, I'll let you have this one. Leo summoned a massive firewolf skull from the ground, which engulfed Damos in a fiery explosion. The blaze roared, scorching everything around them. Smoke and embers filled the air. Leona watched in horror.
Oh, that idiot's going to burn the whole forest to ashes.
As the smoke cleared, Damos emerged unharmed, though his clothes were singed and charred. Leo looks directly toward the viewers and says, "Subscribe, child of humans." He put off the fire on his shoulders, unimpressed. Damos mocked, "That felt like a warm bath." Furious, Leo's mouth began to glow as he formed a massive fireball and hurled it toward Damos. This time, Damos didn't dodge. The flames hit him directly, and for a moment, it seemed like the attack had landed. Damos' fingertips burned to bone. He flexed his fingers as his hand healed instantly. Now that hurt. You should be proud, kid. You actually managed to scratch me. Before Leo could respond, Damos vanished. Leo barely had time to react, reappearing in front of him in an instant, before Damos kicked him hard, sending him crashing into the ground and knocking him unconscious. You're way too inexperienced to fight without a pack, Damos said coldly, grabbing Leo by the leg and tossing him effortlessly toward Leona. She dodged. Leo, now back in human form, is unconscious. Damos to Leona. Your turn. Leona's eyes glinted with determination. Her hands began to shift into smoke, and soon a thick fog enveloped the battlefield, obscuring everything from view. Taking advantage of the cover, Leona grabbed her brother and fled into the night. Damos watched them disappear into the mist. Smart one, aren't you? He mused. Fire and smoke. What interesting powers. As rain began to fall, the forest fire started to die out. Damos noticed Leo's discarded coat, picking it up and draping it over his shoulder. What a fascinating bunch, he muttered, turning away as the rain washed away the ashes of their battle.